you ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. The Saints at 4-7 now in the year, but they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 2nd down now, Chapman. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Owens. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jerry Jeudy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback. Now Shaw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Shaw. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Holding, offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Fall for touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. First carry now for David Montgomery. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So the problem's really starting to add up now. I mean, they try the field goal in an effort to get a little bit closer, but the block and return make the situation worse.
I like what you just said there. just trying to get a little bit closer. I think mentally, that's why they were doing it, because really the 3 wasn't going to do them a whole lot of good, but they feel better about themselves. Now, they feel exponentially worse.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Owens. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. On first down, Chapman. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Chapman. And he is going to lose yardage here. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Owens. Open man. He completes it to Judy. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And that is a situation where in the defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Schaub finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. Working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 18-yard line. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. And now it's blocked. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Owens. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing. The reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And this one is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
He'll look to throw. And he completes it. And a loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Total run show, Fatukasi there on the tackle. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Owens. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Operating from the gun, Owens. Throwing left side, it's complete.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Escapes the sack. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Bears take over. Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
A final shot before break. Owens. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Josh Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this one.
Under pressure, they got him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Owens. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can...
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing on first down. Owens. This will be caught. Judy. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff up the middle. Chapman. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Owens letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Owens. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Roquan Smith coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerry Jeudy with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing to start the drive. Owens over the middle, complete to Jeudy. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll run again. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. His 10th rushing touchdown now on the year, number 12 overall. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught. Beckham. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 31, Schaub over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Mechie. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Now Schaub. He finds his target, Beckham. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Here's Schaub. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On first down, Owens. And nowhere to fit that football in. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
To throw on third down, Owens. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. If someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points. Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Owens. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Graham. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw now on 1st down. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Dawson Knox from 6 yards away. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles. And
you gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move.